Bwana ni mwokozi wangu, tena kiongozi wangu.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and a new video from me. As some of you may know, Tanzania's President John Pombe Magufuli died on the 17th of March due to heart complications reported by the government. This was announced on state television by Samia Suluhu Hassan, the current Madam President. Dr. Magufuli had not been seen in public for more than 2 weeks and rumors had been circulating about his health. Opposition politicians said that he had contracted COVID-19, but this has not been confirmed. For me, it was really shocking news and so many people are mourning his passing. It's really sad to see, and not only in Tanzania, but all over Africa and the world. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa conveyed his country's condolences to Tanzania over the death of President Magufuli. I spoke to Her Excellency Vice President Hassan this morning and conveyed the condolences of the people of South Africa to the government and the people of Tanzania, our sister country, on their loss. As we all know, Tanzania is a country that stood with us during our struggle for freedom and sacrificed a lot, halting and delaying their own development so that we could be free. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni said on Twitter, "I have with great sadness learnt of the death of His Excellency John Pombe Magufuli. He was a pragmatic leader who believed in and worked for the economic empowerment of East Africans. We join Tanzania in mourning the passing of a great son of Africa. May his soul rest in peace." In Nairobi, Kenya's Uhuru Kenyatta also paid his respects. On the continental stage, the late President Magufuli was a champion of Pan-Africanism. "In the passing on of President Magufuli, I have lost a friend, a colleague, and a visionary ally," Kenyatta said. The African Union's chairperson Musa Faki Mahamat said on Twitter, "The African Union family is united in grief with the government and people of Tanzania by the untimely passing of His Excellency President John Pombe Magufuli. Africa has lost a champion of regional cooperation in the East African region and a committed Pan-Africanist leader. May he rest in peace." British Prime Minister Boris Johnson tweets, he is sorry to hear about the death of Tanzanian President John Magufuli. "My thoughts are with his loved ones and the people of Tanzania," he said. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame said on Twitter, "We are saddened by the loss of my brother and friend, President Magufuli. His contribution to his country and to our region will not be forgotten." I was supposed to have my send-off party in Tanzania. For you guys who don't know what that is, it's one of the several parties that you have in conjunction with marriage celebration. But as a 21-day mourning period has been declared in the countries, no parties or celebrations are allowed. So we actually had to postpone our send-off party to a later date. This really threw me off posting 2 other videos that I had in the pipeline, and I instead wanted to make a video about the former leader of Tanzania, a complicated man who was much loved but also seen as controversial as he cracked down on Tanzania's opposition and freedom of speech. So let's get into it. Dr. John Joseph Pombe Magufuli was born on the 29th of October 1959 in Mlimani village in Chato district, located in the northwest part of Tanzania. Being son to farmer parents, Magufuli had a humble start in life. An old friend of his recalled how they would herd their goats together after school, which was Chato Primary School. After high school, Magufuli attended the University of Salaam and earned his Bachelor of Science in Education degree, majoring in chemistry and mathematics as teaching subjects in 1988. He also earned his master's and PhD in chemistry from the University of Dar es Salaam in 1994 and 2009 respectively. Back in those days, the science and engineering guys were seen as the tough guys on the university campus, and Magufuli was a part of that energetic crowd. The canteen was their domain, and former alumni recall that the engineering guys would play rough in the queue in the canteen. Maybe that is where Magufuli's bulldozing qualities first emerged. For a short time, Magufuli worked as a chemistry and maths teacher. Then he continued to work as an industrial chemist between the years 1989 to 1995. His political career started in 1995 when he was elected as Member of Parliament representing his home, Chato constituency. He was appointed Deputy Minister for Works in his first term as Member of Parliament. He retained his seat as MP until the 2000 election and was promoted to a full ministerial position. After that, Magufuli held several ministerial posts up until 2015. On July 12, 2015, Magufuli was nominated as CCM's presidential candidate for the 2015 election, and on the 29th October, the National Electoral Commission declared Magufuli the president after he had received 58% of the votes. His running mate, Samia Suluhu Hassan, was also declared vice president. He was sworn in on November 5th, 2015. Accomplishments in the country. Nicknamed the bulldozer, Magufuli was known as the no-nonsense president who was determined to eradicate corruption and increase the country's development. A slogan connected to him was Hapa Kazi Tu, which means just work, all work in Kiswahili. With a slogan like that, he of course had a row of different projects in the country. Continuation of the DART, Dar es Salaam Bus Rapid Transit. With a rapidly growing population in Dar, the government began to draw plans for a rapid transit system in 2003. The project started before Magufuli's time with initial funding from the World Bank. But during Magufuli's time, additional phases of the project have been initiated with funding from the African Development Bank and the International Development Association. I've never actually been on one of these buses, but I do see them flashing by, and it's so amazing seeing this new bus system has improved the commuting for so many people in the city. New railroad, standard gauge railway. There's a new train track covering Dar, Mwanza, Kigoma area, 3 major cities in Tanzania. This will have a huge impact on transportation for both people and goods. The project is not yet finished, so we're hoping to see that the project will continue even after Magufuli's passing. Completion of airports, Terminal 3. A new airport terminal for Julius Nyerere International Airport. The project started before Magufuli's time, but is now finished and beautiful with the capacity to serve 6 million passengers every year. It is proposed to also build a rail shuttle link from the airport to the city, so I really hope that we will see that in the future. The Julius Nyerere Hydro Power Plant in Salaam. The Julius Nyerere Hydropower Station is a 2,115 megawatts hydroelectric dam under construction across the Rufiji River in eastern Tanzania. The government of Tanzania has been considering to establish this power station since the 1960s, but it wasn't until 2019 that construction finally began under the leadership of Magufuli. If the project will finish, the power station is expected to produce 5,920 gigahertz of power annually, which will more than double the country's power generation capacity. The dam will be the 4th largest in Africa, the 9th largest in the world, and the largest power station in East Africa. Ecologists have opposed the hydropower project as it will occupy 3% of Selous Game Reserve, a World Heritage Site, and the dam may permanently change the environment. In 2017, the World Wildlife Fund published a report called The True Cost of Power, which investigates the potential effects of building a dam in Stigler's Gorge. The research found that a dam will lead to increased erosion downstream, the potential to dry out lakes that are important for wildlife tourism, reduced fertility of farmland downstream, and the shrinking of the Rufiji Delta and one of the largest mangrove forests in East Africa. And it may lead to the potential collapse of the fish, prawn, and shrimp fisheries found in the delta. This could negatively impact over 200,000 livelihoods. Of course, it would also affect tourism in Selous downstream, in some of the most abundant wildlife areas in the game reserve. However, the Tanzanian government are determined to still execute the project in an attempt to secure power supply for development and industrialization of the country. Personally, I think that the decision makers should consider the appropriate balance between conservation, sustainability, and development. And this includes seriously investigating several options for sustainable power, namely solar power, because we have a lot of sun in Africa. But if you're interested in diving deeper in the ecological and economical feasibility of this project, I have linked some interesting reports in the description box below. The New Salander Bridge, or Tanzanite Bridge. In 2018, construction started on a new bridge in the city of Dar es Salaam. The Tanzanite Bridge will connect roads linking the Oyster Bay area with downtown. It will be around 6.23 kilometers long and expected to carry 55,000 vehicles per day, and the hope is to significantly reduce the congestion along the current Salander Bridge. Lord knows how many hours I used to spend in the car on that bridge back when I was doing an internship in town. Tanzania's first flyover. The Mfugale Flyover is a 425-meter-long flyover erected at the Tazara intersection in Dar es Salaam, an intersection notorious for traffic congestion, so the flyover was a big relief to motorists passing through the junction of the roads. Other projects that Magufuli have done include airports in Chato, hospital in Chato, renovated roads all over the country, gas plant in Lindi, an upgrade of the Dar es Salaam port to accommodate larger vessels, building ship transport in Lake Victoria, and much more. Magufuli promised to invest in Tanzania's infrastructure, and during his time in office, 2 flyovers were constructed and he was planning to build 10 more. With my own eyes, I saw more development in Tanzania during 5 years compared to the last 20 years that I have been coming here. Moreover, Magufuli demanded more fair business deals with foreign companies. Magufuli renegotiated mineral industry business deals to be more fair for Tanzania. We must benefit from our God-given minerals, and that is why we must safeguard our natural resource wealth to ensure we do not end up with empty mining pits, Magufuli told a rally in his home village in Chato district, northwestern Tanzania. The former president sent shockwaves through the mining communities with a series of actions since his election in 2015, which he said were aimed at distributing revenue to the Tanzanian people. For example, the government struck a deal with the Canadian company Barrick Gold and its subsidiary Acacia Mining, which included paying the Tanzanian government $300 million for tax evasion, give the government 16% stakes in its mine, and will equally split economic benefits from the mining operations. As part of the agreement, the government of Tanzania will participate in decisions related to operation, investment, planning, procurement, and marketing, as well as maximize employment of Tanzanian citizens in all levels in all of their mining operations within the country. What made this possible was Magufuli passing laws which significantly increased the government control over mining, oil, and gas operations in Tanzania. This is very good if you have a government with no corruption, but detrimental to a country with corrupt government. Let's hope that the government in Tanzania will continue to prioritize its people's prosperity. As I'm recording this is the day of Magufuli's burial in his home Chato. It is a big event which the nation is following on live TV. My thoughts are with all of you who are mourning Magufuli. It's a very shocking and sad event, but we must stay hopeful, and I'm looking forward to see the new Madam President Samia Suluhu Hassan in action and wishing her the best in leading the country to a brighter future. With that said, I'm wrapping up this video. Did you know of Magufuli and the infrastructure projects during his term as president? Did you know about his Pan-Africanist standpoint? What do you think of his way of handling opposition and media in the country? Is oppression justifiable for furthering development in African countries? Let me know down below in the comment section for a respectful conversation. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!
Mwokozi wangu, sema kiongozi wangu.